Can I be Arthur's mommy?
Arthur's mommy.
Arthur's mommy, where are you? I don't see her.
Daddy.
Yeah, you're Daddy. Okay, how about Arthur? Can I be Arthur? Okay. Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Arthur.
Want to play?
Yeah.
Okay. Daddy? Daddy? Can I come too? Yay, I love planes. Oh, no. I want to go on the plane. Oh, Daddy, I want to go on the plane. I want to go. Please?
Arthur, to get out.
I don't want to get out. I want to go in. Daddy, I want to go in. Daddy, I want to go in. Please. I want to go in.
Mommy, where's Mom?
Where's Mom? Mom's coming too? Daddy, where are you?
A castle.
Daddy, where are you? Can I go on the castle too? Whee! Fast! Go fast! I want to go fast! Hey, wait! No! I want to play too! I'm mad. I want to play too! Gray, can't Arthur play? Don't? Okay, Arthur can play? What are you doing? Hey, Gray, what are you doing? Need some help? Okay, what should I do?
Open the flag.
Open the flag? I can't.
Flag.
A flag doesn't come off. It's stuck. Hey! Where are you going? Can I come too? Can I come too? Excuse me, Grayson. Oh, Grayson's not playing with me. Can I come too? Great, Arthur wants on the plane. All done? See you later, but I want to play. Please? How about the slide? How about the slide? Oh, I'm sad. No one's playing with me. Gray? What about Arthur? Hey, Gray, do you want me to go away?
Where?
Okay, where should I go? Excuse me, where should I go? Excuse me. Where should I go? Go. Excuse me, you didn't tell me where to go.
Bye.
Bye, but where? Go to the castle or... Where should I go? Excuse me. Grayson, if you don't answer me, I'm going to tickle you. If you don't answer me, I'm going to tickle you. Oh, here I come. You get down here. You get down here and I'm going to tickle you. Because you're not playing with me. Here I come. Here I come. I'm going to tickle you. Are you going to play with me or do I need to tickle you some more? Tickle some more? Okay. Here I come. I'm going to tickle you.
Uh-oh, somebody's hiding.
I'm going to tickle you again. Oh, where am I going to tickle you? Tickle. Tickle Grayson. Tickle Grayson's neck or nose?
Nose.
Oh. Tickle, 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 tickle. Okay, are you ready to play with me now? Can we play? Oh, boy. Do I have to tickle you again? Hey, do you think it's time for me to go to bed? Excuse me, is it time for me to go to bed? Or can I still play?
Go, 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 go.
Go? Where am I gonna go?
This way.
This way. Okay, here I come. Hi, baby. Ow! Ow! Thank you. Oh, that hurt. Uh-oh. Whoa. Hard.
Duck. Duck.
Duck? Duck?
Duck.
Again?
Again.
Oh. Grayson duck. Oh, you want me to be a duck? Quack, quack. What are you going to be? Grayson, be a... Be a cow or be a pig?
Pig. Wink, wink.
Oink, oink, oink. Okay, how about mommy? Mommy's turn.
Wink,
Oink, oink.
wink.
Oink, oink.
Wink, wink.
Woof, woof.
Woof, woof.
Gray, Gray, Gray. Need to be careful. Careful, please.
Okay, so what do you see as the challenge now in working with Gray? Because we're seeing just some wonderful, wonderful things.
Well, actually, I find the challenge is to stay connected in the play. I'm never sure when to bag Arthur and move on to something else because he'll clearly be showing me I don't want Arthur. I'm not interested. I'm gone. And I don't know how far to pull that.
Right.
That's one of the big challenges. The other challenge I find with him is knowing when to move up and down. When we're working at a higher level and I lose him, then, you know, how far do I go down and how long do I stay there? So those are kind of my
Right.
challenges.
Right. Well, you know, what we're seeing is Gray is just so wonderfully engaged and connected, and, you know, with your affect cueing and his affect cueing back, you just have some wonderful back and forth
Thank you.
engagement with him. We also saw how nicely, you know, he's so interested in the symbolic world. He wants to play, he wants to pretend, but it's very hard to get the elaboration.
Yes.
I thought that when you actually saw he wasn't responding and we couldn't get in anywhere with, you know, the figures, it was very important that you move down
Right.
and re-engage him and just get that lovely back and forth going again. So I think you're right on target with the notion of giving that the priority.
Good.
And then we can move back to the symbolic, because I think Ray will always open the symbolic door. He initiates ideas, he picks up the toys.
Right.
But if he's disconnecting, or just a little bit too much in and out, we want to reconnect, strengthen that to keep that flow going.
Okay.
So keeping the flow going is more important than, you know, the symbolic idea in the moment.
I see. Okay.
Now, to get into the symbolic idea, let's try again. I think part of what I saw difficult is when we asked two open-ended questions.
Right.
And that was a little hard for him. So I would follow his pursuit, you know, use his gestures and what he's doing as his intent.
Okay.
Treat it as very purposeful and then join on to that. You don't always have to ask that open question, which is a little harder, but if we can get it moving by following his actions and just thinking, all right, what is he doing? He's opening the bus. Come along with the kids.
Okay.
And then move in and address him in role. Hey, driver, can I get on?
Okay.
We may be able to help him go further because he's just able to answer some types of questions, but
Yeah.
not all the others, the ones that require more sequencing into the future
Right.
versus the ones that he can figure out just by looking at.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So let's just join him again. Because that really is, he shows his strength. You know he will start something again very rapidly. He will initiate. So be sure to, you know, move and stay connected at whatever, you know, joyful, fun level, and then you'll move back to this.
Great. Okay.
So,
Shoes off? Now take those shoes off. Okay. Take them off.
so, Mommy,
Oh, you want Mommy to take the shoes off? Which one?
so,
This shoe? Okay. Ugh. Need help? Grayson, help Mommy?
Mommy, this shoes are
Okay. Take my shoes off?
my shoes.
Oh, okay. Take Gray's shoes off. All right. Another one. There you go. Got bare feet. Hey, driver. Can I go on? Can I go on the bus? Oh, on. Can I go on? Hey, wait! Wait for me! Driver, come get me!
Here, the children are in line here. See if you bring him back.
Driver! Me too! Me too! Come get me! Bring the bus! Me too!
The bus a little bit. Now call the people names of children he knows. Personalize the characters. Call them names.
All right.
Here it
Hey,
comes.
here comes Ashley. Can Ashley go on the bus? And Jack.
And
And Jack. Oh, There's space for Jack. On the bus, Jack. And Jenna.
Gina.
On the bus. Woohoo! Where are you gonna go, kids? Whoop. Where are they gonna go, Gray? Are they gonna go to school?
And give him a choice.
Are they gonna go to school or are they gonna go to the zoo?
Bring him back on the road, all right?
Come here, bus.
Okay, the road's over here.
The road's over here. Come on, bus. The road's over here.
Okay, now go back to finding out where he's going.
Okay. Where are you going, Gray?
This way.
This way. Are you going to the zoo or going to school? Come on, bus.
This way.
Not that way?
Or that way.
Come here, bus.
Driver, driver.
This way, driver.
This way.
But the road's over here.
Here.
Oh, the road's over there. Oh,
Okay, you can go in there with a little, more playful obstruction, like red light, and see if we can, or detour, or whatever. Now, you use again a symbolic problem to bring him back with
Okay.
a symbolic solution.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Over there.
Over there? Stuck. It's stuck. Road's closed. The road's closed. What are we going to do, Gray? Oh, everybody off. There goes Jack. Oh, Jack wants off. I want to go on. No, I don't want to go off.
No.
I want to go on. Don't, but I want to go on the bus.
Ow.
I'm gonna go on the bus. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
This
Oh,
way.
get off the bus. Great. Ashley wants to stay on the bus. Don't, Ashley? Is Ashley being naughty? Tell Ashley she better be careful.
Careful, Ashley.
Or are you gonna put her in timeout? I'm going back on. I'm going back on.
Get out!
Oh,
Out!
great, but I want to go on.
Get out!
Okay, now find out why he wants you to get out and what he wants you to do, and let's open up a road here so that we can get him back in.
Back on.
Okay.
Okay, I want to get on the bus.
Go this way!
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? The road's this way, driver. Come on. Come this way.
Okay, try to follow him. Are we going around this road, and then we'll
Okay.
try to bring him.
Time to get back on.
This way.
Go this way?
This
Are we going to go around this? Oh, this way.
This way.
Okay. Let's go.
Goodbye. I see you next time.
Okay, we'll see you next time.
Hi. Hi. This way.
Do you want me to come or mommy to come? Oh.
No.
Does the bus need gas? No? No gas?
We help.
Okay, you could bring the bus, just bring it over because we come to the castle, and we can just keep it available so that he could then. Now again, this was hard. He couldn't figure out the destination or where to go, you know, even with a choice. So let's rejoin his intent. And we can try to bridge with the children, like who wants to ring around the rosy or something.
Okay.
But then again, try to get back into what he is trying to do. So you see, the nicest exchanges you're having is when he's protesting and no and asserting himself.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we want. Okay, the story itself isn't as important as keeping that part of the interaction flowing.
Okay.
Okay.
Help, Mommy.
Can I help?
Help.
Can I help? Hey,
Help.
it's Jack.
Help.
I can help.
Don't.
No, you want to take it out?
Put it out.
Oh, well, what are you going to do?
Help.
Now, move into working on what he wishes to do, okay?
What are we gonna do?
And work with the language. Are you going to pull? Are you going to push?
Pull the flag.
Pull the flag. Okay. I need help. It's hard. It's hard. Are you mad?
Ask him what's wrong.
Okay. What's wrong?
Up in the sky.
Yeah.
You want the flag up in the sky? It's stuck. It's stuck. Should we push or pull? We'll try push. Oh, still stuck. Oh, does that make you mad? Does that make you mad? It's stuck.
Try the other one.
Should I get Jenna to help? Get Jenna to help. Okay.
Okay, now what would be a problem-solving approach to getting the flag out, to get the elaboration? What could you do? Do you want to pull with your hand? Should we get a tool? What else can we do?
What else can we do? Should we get a tool? Get it out, but what should we use? Should we get a tool or should we pull with our hands? Okay, let's pull with our hands. Ah. Oh, hard for Mommy too.
Ask him, what do you think? Will it come out or not? Try to
What do you
get
think,
him
Ray?
to evaluate the problem.
What do you think? Will it come out or is it stuck?
Bring it back with a napkin. Oh.
Yes, it's stuck.
You want to go around? Go with his intent. Ring.
Ring around the rosy. Ring around the... No, ring around the rosy. How?
Rosie. Hi, Rosie. Ring around the Rosie.
Up,
All the roses.
No! No? What do you want me to do?
Fall down.
Oh, we all fall down.
Open here.
Still stuck.
Still stuck. What should we do? Do you think we should look for a tool? Look.
Oh, pull.
Oh, you're pulling hard.
Ah.
Look.
He's trying to...
Try the other flag.
Yep. Mommy,
Try again.
try again.
Okay. Should we pull hard or push?
Pull hard.
Pull hard. Okay. Oh, pull hard with Mommy. Ah!
Now see, what would he do with the flag? What does he want the flag for? Okay.
He might
Yeah. Oh.
the crown off. What are you going to do with the flag? Are you going to give it to the soldier?
Open the flag.
Oh, you really want that flag off.
The flag off.
What do you think?
Open it off.
flag on the pirate ship, which you can take off. See if there's another flag. Yeah.
Gray, I see another flag. Look. Look. I see another flag. No, thank you. Not this flag.
I want this.
You really want this flag.
This flag will open.
I don't think it's coming off.
What are we gonna do?
Watch. Hi. Oh, you want to watch soldiers on the TV?
Let's get them.
Okay, well, let's
What do you
get
want
the
to see?
soldiers.
Ask him what he wants to see.
What do you want to see? You want to see the soldiers.
Now give him. What will they do? Yeah.
What are the soldiers going to do?
On the TV.
But what about the soldiers?
Watch soldiers on the TV.
Okay. What are the soldiers going to do?
What is soldiers?
Here's a soldier.
Here's a soldier.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Don't want this soldier?
Okay, so try to talk about what he would like to see the soldiers do. Go into his wish.
What are the soldiers going to do, Gray? Are they going to march? Or say, attention! Attention! You want to be soldiers? Okay. Grayson and Mommy be
Watch
soldiers?
soldiers
Yeah, good.
on the TV.
Well, can we be soldiers?
Watch soldiers on the TV. Watch soldiers.
Well, here's a soldier. Mommy will be a
No,
soldier.
thank you.
No, how about Mommy? Can I be a soldier?
No, thank you.
Please.
Stop.
I see that smile. I see that smile.
Stop.
Stop? Stop what? I just want to be a soldier.
Stop.
What do you want Mommy to do? Yeah? What do you want Mommy to do? I don't want your feet of... Oh, I'm going to eat those toes. I'm going to eat those toes. Yes, I am. I'm going to eat them. Oh, nom, 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 nom. Mommies don't like toes. Yuck.
Hi, Mommy.
Hello in there. Oh. How about me? Can I wear it? And put it on Mommy? Okay. Put it on Mommy's nose. Come here. Put it on Mommy's nose. I can still see you. Okay, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take that. Here I come. I'm going to take it. Yes, I am. Oh.
Go.
Go? Go where?
Stop. Stop.
Well, go where?
Stop.
You want me to stop this?
Stop this.
All right. What are we going to do?
Stop.
Ow!
What doesn't he like about
Stop.
Okay. What don't you like? Don't want Mommy to... Yuck. Yuck.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Yuck. What are we going to do? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There are those toes again. I might have to eat them. You want me to eat your toes? Yes or no?
No.
No. No toes. Don't eat toes.
Okay, so again we're seeing, when he's kind of stuck and moving ahead symbolically or expanding on the idea, and he gets, disappointed or frustrated or something can't happen and doesn't yet have kind of the judgment
Yes.
to call on it,
Yeah.
you had to follow him back to more of the affect state, more of the feeling that
Right.
he had, and then again stay reconnected. Now, part of what's getting in the way is the sequencing of these ideas and what he wants to do, but he doesn't get stuck with you if you really pursue and go after him.
Right.
And try using a little bit more of choices, you know, so that this or that to help him with the processing and the retrieval of the language. But he always seems very ready to respond when you know, go right for him, because that's familiar and it's comforting and it's secure, and then we'll build up again. But I do think he's showing, you know, wonderful symbolic interests, and you know, has some ideas about these different things. And we're going to have to bring it more to, you know, things that he understands from real experience. Like he loves the soldiers marching because he sees soldiers marching. Or if he was laying down, you know, we could treat it as the tickle game of the feet, or maybe he was sleeping. Are you tired? You know, you can try to treat it at the next level. Uh-oh, I think there's a soldier here. Okay?
Is there a soldier?
Yes, we're going to just switch now.
A soldier here?
Okay, now there's another one behind the couch. And you can just...
Hi. You doing? Hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
How you doing, pal?
Gray, do you know who this is?
Hi, sweetheart.
Do you prefer Stan?
Yeah. Hey,
Gray? That's Stan.
I did.
Hi, Greg.
Can Mommy play too? Is this a flute or a bagpipe? A bagpipe, okay. You gonna play bagpipe with me? Or are you gonna be the soldier? What song should I play, soldier? Look at his shadow. Soldier, can I play now?
Now, Mommy, the interesting thing is, you were earlier asking the question about when to go up and down levels.
Yeah.
The idea is to engage at all levels at the same time. Then you don't have to make a decision to go up or down.
Okay.
So if you can remember wah, like a baby crying, wah, 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 wah.
Right.
Words, action, affect.
Okay.
So you're always trying to have the words, the action, the affect at the same time.
Together.
So wah.
Okay.
And so he tends to, if you're not doing the interaction with him, if you're just trying to talk to him, he tends to drift off and become a little self-absorbed.
Yes.
As you can, and just now is a very good example of that.
Yep.
Where we're seeing a little bit of beating to his own drummer. He's doing something organized and purposeful, but more in his own world rather than interacting with you.
Okay.
But every time you interact with him and generate the action, interaction with a lot of affect, he gets pulled right in, and he's then very animated, and then he's willing to talk with you and interact with you.
Okay.
But we have to always be operating at all the levels at the same time, rather than going up and down. We use the earlier levels as support for the higher levels, and we're engaging at all levels at once.
Okay.
So remember, wah, wah, wah.
Instead of being a speech
Okay.
pathologist, you're just going with language.
Uh-huh. That's right.
Hey, can I have this one? Which one for Grayson? Oh, here I come, soldier. Here I come. Swing my arm.
Are we going to go marching together, soldier?
Okay.
Are we going to go marching?
We gonna march together?
Where are we going, buddy?
Can Mommy march too? Wait. Can Mommy march too?
Mommy words.
All right.
All right.
Mommy march too.
What have we got here?
Hey. What's so neat about this? Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Where's he going?
So we want to keep up a constant verbal dialogue. And he's capable, even though I know you don't think he is, he's capable of being fully related and involved in rapid affect gesturing all the time.
Okay.
Because he can do it some of the time.
Yeah.
And if he can do it some of the time, so our goal now has to be for full engagement all the time with a rapid, gesturing with a lot of affective expression.
Okay.
So
I got stuck there. Would you have any suggestions, sort of when he's walking around looking at toys?
I would just keep talking to him.
Okay.
First of all, let him hear your voice with a very compelling pull. So your voice is expecting a response. It's not just simply, oh, gee, you're jumping around, you're dancing around, isn't that nice? But it's, what are we doing here, buddy? And, oh, what about this? And, something that's pulling him in.
Okay.
Oh, what about that? And, oh, boy, can I join you? Anything. It doesn't make a difference what it is. But it has expectation in the affective rhythm.
Okay.
See, for him, even though we're working symbolically, the action is in the subtle aspects of the affect. Because we have two big goals. We have to help him be involved in a continuous flow of affective interchange. He's almost there. He's almost there, but that's necessary foundation. And then we want to, at the same time, be working on the wonderful language that's emerging. And helping him become more imaginative and use those nice phrases and beginning sentences that he's using, but again, in a rapid back and forth way.
Okay.
So we want to be fully engaged the whole time, and we want to be, oh boy, whoa, 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 so you're generating a lot of affect yourself to pull him in. You're pulling him with your action, with your affect, and with your words, and back and forth.
Okay. Oh, bless you. Pizza. I want some, but I'm hungry. Oh, big sneeze. Great. Do you want some pizza?
Yeah, very good there. Now that was perfect, because you see, you began losing him, right? He interacted with you for a second. He began drifting off. You pulled him right back in with good affect. You want pizza.
Okay.
You didn't let him drift off for 5 or 10 seconds. So we're trying to get him used to that continuous state of back and forth affect cueing and engagement.
Okay.
Because that's where we want him to be.
Right. Okay. Okay. Hey, can I have some? Ooh, I don't like that pizza. I don't like that pizza. I want something else. Hey. Oh, more pizza? Okay, I'll have some more. I want some more. I want some more. Hey, you get back here with my pizza. I want more. I want more. I do. I do. I'm gonna get that pizza. Can Stan have some pizza?
Mommy.
Oh, mommy. Okay, okay. I'll have some pizza. Oh, I got it. More for Gray or Stan?
Mommy.
More for mommy. Oh, more. Oh, good pizza. Yuck. Don't like it? How about an apple?
Up the affect, you're losing him. Up the affect.
How about an apple?
Very good, very
yummy.
good.
Oh, great.
See, that was very good. I just want to explain why that was very good, because you were about to lose him, right?
Yeah.
About to lose we're talking about split seconds here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we're not going to tolerate even 2 seconds losing him.
Okay.
We don't mind if he's independent, but we don't want to lose him into a state of self-absorption even for a second or two.
Okay.
There's a different quality between him being independent, his saying, Mommy, leave me alone, I want to do my own thing, where he's connected to you, gesturing to you, but doing his own thing, versus self-absorbing for a second or two.
Right.
Okay, we want to have zero tolerance for self-absorption.
Okay.
Because he's ready for that.
Okay.
He's ready to be fully connected in an affect gesturing way.
Okay.
Even
No,
if
I
he's
get
doing
it.
his own activity, okay? So
Great.
that's great. So you
Okay.
pulled him right back in. You didn't even let him get into that little self-absorption. His normal rhythm right now is engage, island of wonderful affect exchange, some words, and then self-absorption. Engage, self-absorption. So it's a kind of subtle in and out pattern with a child who's basically engaged.
Right.
We want to now move him to the next level. He's engaged all the time. Zero tolerance. And for children at his level, beginning to use language, beginning to use imagination. This is a very common challenge.
Okay.
There's still that subtle in and out quality,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, which is the legacy of the challenges from the history, which were much more severe at one time, and he's
Yes.
making a lot of progress.
Yeah.
Because earlier on he was more self-absorbed,
Oh, very much more. Yeah.
and so, but now that final step is a hard one
Yeah.
because it requires a lot of energy on your part.
Okay. Okay. I got one too. I got one too. I do. I'm gonna get yours. I'm gonna get yours. Here I come. Whoa. Bump. Hey, careful. Don't hit the light, sweetie. Don't hit the light. Here. You can hit this. Grace and Leslie. What did Mommy say?
Don't hit the light.
Yeah, I said don't hit the lights. Hey, hey, hey. What are you doing? I said don't hit the lights. Uh.
Don't hit the light.
Don't hit the lights. Hey! I said don't hit the lights. Don't you hit those lights. If you hit those lights, I'm going to have to take that. Oh. Here come my fingers. I'm going to get it. Here come my fingers. Ah! Okay, you can keep it, but don't hit the lights. Oh, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I am. Because Mommy said.
No, don't hit the light.
Yeah, I said no, no, no. Did it again. You do that again, I'm going to take it. I am. You did it again. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. Hey! Don't you go back there. Uh-oh. Did it fall down? Come on, let's... Uh-oh. What should we do?
Yeah, find out how we're going to get that.
How are we going to get your sword?
Where is it?
How are you going to get it? Where is it? I don't see it. Uh-oh. Stuck. Got it.
Don't lose him. Don't lose him. You need to lose
Whoa,
him.
sorry.
No, don't.
Didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
I didn't say you don't hit him.
Hey, need help? Can I have yours? Let's trade. Hey, let's trade. This one for Mommy? Whoa. And a helicopter.
Okay. You see there where you almost began losing him, and what we're looking there is the gleam in his eye. It's not the fact that he wasn't, we don't want him looking at you all the time. We don't even want him talking to you all the time. I mean,
Sure.
he's free not to do that. It's when you lose the gleam in the eye, when you lose the awareness of the outer world, okay? You can tell when
He
he's
goes
beginning,
flat.
you can see
Yeah.
the facial expression gets a little more global.
Okay.
You're getting less differentiated, less subtlety of the affect. The eyes are glossing over a little bit. When you begin seeing that emerging, we pull him right back in.
Okay.
So he gets used to that in rhythm. And that's different from demanding that a child talk to you all the time or play with you all the time.
That's right.
We're talking about being with it all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the
Yeah.
quality we're going for. And he can do it. You just had a long sequence with him for about 5 or 6 minutes. We hadn't lost him for a second. Okay, we're going to do one more
Okay.
now where we
Okay.
don't lose him and see how long we can sustain it for,
Okay.
okay?
Hey! Where are you going? Whoops, sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
Where are you going?
The light.
The light? Oh, no, you're not going to get that light.
And light.
Don't touch that light. What if it's hot? Oh. Hey, wait. I need one too. One for Mommy. Great. Oh. Can I have this one?
I had to
Okay. Whoa. Ow.
Well, on, let me show you where it hurts. Let me show you.
Where does it hurt?
Where? Show me.
Hey, show me. Where does it hurt?
Did you hurt your hand or your foot?
Oh, your foot. Hurt your foot.
Yeah, show me. What should mommy do? Should mommy kiss it or rub it? Find out what you should do, mommy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kiss it. Another kiss?
Another kiss.
Oh, another kiss.
Oh,
A
okay.
big kiss or a little kiss? A big kiss.
Kiss the toe.
Oh, kiss
It's
your
the
toes
toe.
too.
Okay, okay.
You want a little kiss or a big kiss? A big kiss.
Bad kiss.
Another big kiss? Where? Where? Toes?
Toe.
Oh, or your foot? Foot. Another one. Want another kiss? No more kisses?
No more kiss.
No more kisses. Bonk. Gonna bonk mommy? Hey, don't you touch that light. I said don't touch that light. No, no, no. Hey, don't touch that light. No way. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna take it so you can't touch the light. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Yes, I am. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Hey, you give that back. Here I come. I'm gonna get it. I am. Yes, I am. Oh, here I go. Here I go. Oh, missed it. One more time. I'm gonna get it. I am. I'm gonna get it. Here I come. Here I come. I got it. Oh no. Want one back? Want one back? This one?
This one.
Okay, here. That one? Which one can I have? This one. Okay. Okay, we'll trade. Here I come. Here I come. Hey! You put it back there.
Now, see if we can play the drums fast, slow, and super slow.
Oh, okay. Great. We're gonna play the drums?
Bet you can't do this. Bet you can't do this. See if you can
Bet
go
you
from
can't do
fast
this.
to slow to super slow.
Grace's turn. Oh, you're gonna play the guitar?
Guitar.
Guitar. Can I have the guitar? Can I have it? I'm gonna get it. Hey, hey! I want to turn with the guitar. I want to turn. Where are you going? Are you gonna hide that guitar on me? No fair.
Oh, I got you. I caught him. I caught him. I caught him. I
You
caught him.
got him, so I can
I
get
got a
it.
guitar player here. I got a little guitar player. I
You're
got
caught.
a guitar player.
You're caught.
I
You're
caught you.
caught.
I caught you. I got a guitar player. Oh, we can't get out.
You're
Can't
caught.
Get out.
You're
Can't
stuck.
Get out. Can't get out. Are you stuck?
Need some help? Hey, guitar player. For mommy? What do you want? Hey. Want one of these? Or the guitar? Oh, Mr. Climbing Man. Down from there. Here I come. Here I come. Don't fall off the mountain. Hey, you be careful. Don't fall off the mountain. Whoa. Oh, no. Fell off the mountain. Oh, no.
Oh, there's an alligator back there. Be careful.
Oh, there's an alligator back there. Oh, no.
Be careful. Be careful. Watch out for the alligator. Uh-oh, watch out for the alligator. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, watch out for the alligator.
There he is. There's the alligator. Be careful.
Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh, he's going to come get you. He's going to come get you.
Gray, here. Protect yourself from the alligator.
Oh, yeah, you got to get the alligator.
Oh, no, he's right
Oh.
there. He's right there.
Here's the alligator. Here's Mr. Alligator.
There's the alligator. Get the
Uh-oh,
alligator.
Mr. Alligator's coming for you.
Hey, hey.
Pull him in, pull him in,
Gray.
pull him in, pull him in. You're beginning
Hey,
to lose him.
come here. Come here. Get the alligator.
Here's the alligator.
Get the alligator, soldier. Get him. Get him. Oh, hit him. Get him.
Up.
Alligator.
There's the alligator. There he
Mr.
goes.
Alligator says, oh, watch out for the alligator.
Whoa! Look out, he's right behind you. Gray, look, the alligator. He's right behind you. Oh no! Go away, alligator. Go away.
Go away, alligator.
Oh, I don't want to go away. I'm going to go get you. I want to.
Get him.
I want to. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm going to come get you again. Oh, no. I'm going to come get you again. Oh, you missed me. You missed me. You missed me. Oh, you got me. I'm going to come get you again. Up. Here we go. Oh, you missed me. You missed me. You missed me. Up. Oh, I got you. Mr. Alligator says, you better talk to me. You better be nice to me, or I'm going to, what am I going to do to you? What am I going to do to you? What is Mr. Alligator going to do? Huh? What's Mr. Alligator going to do? I'm going to give you a kiss or give you a bite. Uh-oh. I got the sword. Mr. Alligator's got the sword. Mr. Alligator's got the sword.
Should you tell him? What should we do to the alligator? Should we put him in timeout or play with him?
Alligator.
What?
I'm out.
Timeout?
Where?
Okay, where's the timeout area?
Gray.
Where's the timeout area?
Gray, you got to put him in timeout. You could have put him in timeout over there on the couch. Hey! Hey! On the couch? Okay.
Where?
Get him.
Show me. I got to go to timeout. Someone has to show me timeout. Grayson. Get him to show me timeout.
Grayson, where's timeout?
I got to show me timeout.
Gray, wait, we got to put the alligator in timeout. Go
Where?
get the alligator. Where's timeout? Get the alligator.
There we go.
Okay, where are we going to put him? Okay, Mr. Alligator, you stay there.
Grayson, you got to tell him. He's got to tell
Gray,
him.
tell him. Stay in timeout, alligator. Oh.
Okay, let's relax a little bit. Start with when the concerns were the most, and then go back historically.
Sure.
When were your concerns the greatest for Grayson?
I would say 18 months. We started getting concerned because he seemed so different than what he was before. Less engaged, more self-absorbed. At the same time, he started having a lot of really significant gastrointestinal problems, and his health just wasn't as good. And at that time, we were sort of thinking that maybe we were seeing him withdrawing from us because he wasn't feeling well, that there were some allergies or something we didn't know about. But it wasn't too long when it became very evident that it was more than that. And I would say over the period from 18 to 24 months, we saw loss of language, a very clear marked regression. Less engaged. He was very warmly related to his typically developing sibling. That went. We got very little interaction between our daughter and him. He was still warmly related to my husband and I, but it was fleeting, definite islands.
Fleeting meaning like what?
Fleeting meaning that he would be very engaged with us, at bedtime. He'd want to cuddle, actually, just really want to be with us. During the day, it was really difficult to engage him.
What was happening?
You would give you an example. He would come downstairs for breakfast, and he could actually show us by taking us by the hand, leading us to what he wanted, but he would get his juice or whatever and then be gone. He just didn't seem to be able to stay with the family. We'd be sitting down at the table for breakfast. He'd be off in the corner of the room. If you approached him, he'd just leave the room. Very avoidant. And when you were in the same room with him, he just wasn't present. He just wasn't there with you. And I would say that at about 22, 23 months, we got really concerned and started reaching out to people, professionals in the area, to say, we're very concerned. And his regression was so marked that there were a couple of people that were experts in the field in our city that said, oh no, I've met him. No, that's, you know.
They met him earlier.
They met him
regression.
earlier, yeah. And they said, oh no, we've met this child. You know, there's just no way, until they saw him again. And then it was extremely evident that things had gone really wrong.
What did they think then when they saw him again?
Oh, they were horrified. One of a good friend of mine, who's a colleague, came over, and she was beside herself because this just wasn't the child. She hadn't seen him in about 5 months, and this just wasn't the child that she had seen. So it was really clear. It was very clear that he was very precocious earlier on.
Yeah, you said earlier on he was doing what? He was able to.
He walked at 7.5, 8 months. Ran at 9 months. He had about a 70-word vocabulary by 12 months. Never pointed though, but would label, would identify things appropriately.
And was warm and interactive?
Very warm and very interactive. We've got video clips of him engaged with his sisters. We've got video clips of him standing in the middle of a room at 13 months, counting, by rote, but counting to 13 and then going like this to everybody to get them to clap for him. I mean, very clearly engaged and related. So we were pretty blown away by the marked regression. And I would say that we started doing our version. We got the book, stuck our noses in the book, started doing our version of Floortime when he was about 25 months, before we'd been able to find any help, because the waiting lists are gargantuan. So we just decided we had to do something. And we saw changes pretty quickly. It's more engaged, easier to get him, still very basic level. We had to be very creative, very sensory. We had to really stay in his passions. And the progress was rapid, but there were still big issues and lots of work to do. By the time we got to the services, it was pretty evident that they just weren't going to meet our needs. And so then we got more hooked into the whole DIR camp, but most of you guys are all in the US and very few in Canada. And that's sort of the history in a nutshell.
And how old is he now?
He's 3 years, 10 months.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
He's doing very nicely.
Yeah, we're really pleased.
Yeah.
We're really pleased.
Yeah.
It's going well. It's hard work,
Yeah,
but it's
well,
going
hard
well.
work. Yeah, and where he is now is he's at that stage where we want to, as we were talking before, we want to keep him engaged with that micro-affect gesturing.
Yeah.
I'm sure that what he had before the regression, that gleam in his eye, the subtle flirtation, the subtle gesturing, which he can do. And the idea is when he can do it for a little bit, we want him to do it all the time. And we just pull him in. And we can change rhythms with him. So after an action-oriented drama with the swords and fighting alligators and running behind, then if he seems to get tired of that, as he, I think, was beginning to, it may be something more soothing. Like there was a wonderful opportunity when he, hurt his little foot a little bit, and then we shifted gears with him. Right. And he told us he wanted us to kiss the toes and kiss the foot. And that was nice. That was more soothing and more relaxing. And even without an excuse of, quote, an injury, it might be that you see he's ready for a change in rhythm where a back rub, but a lot of interaction around that, or lying together and just hugging each other and exchanging I love yous, and rubbing each other's head, or him rubbing your hair. Can be, so the interaction can be maintained in a variety of different rhythms. Right. It doesn't require boom, 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 boom all the time. And the key thing is just what we were looking at, that gleam in his eye, and that aware, alert look. And we were able to sustain nice long sequences with that. And when we do that, we're going to see his language flower even more. And so we're always doing the WA, words, action, affect. That's the key. Great. He's doing very nicely. I'm delighted to see the fact that he's regrouped. Absolutely. And he's on a very nice developmental trajectory right now.
We're pleased too. Really pleased.
Any questions you have?
Actually, I think they've been answered. Really, my biggest questions were how to sort of get him, and the wah answers that. And I think for us that'll be a bit of a change of focus, the wah, which is great,
right.
because I think that maybe we've gotten away from that. So
begin getting away from it more into
I'm too language focused, and I think that I'd been losing that other aspect.
I think a way to think about it, since you're a speech pathologist and
right.
you have a right to be language focused, but you also have wonderful affect. Your natural personality is very enthusiastic and a lot of affect. The way to think about it is that language is fundamentally mediated through affect.
Yep.
That language is not a computer language. It's the affect that gives language meaning, gives it its intent and purpose.
Right.
And it's the pre-symbolic aspects of language that fuel the symbolic. So this is one integrated system in ordinary development, where the affective part of language is the fuel, the meaning, the intent.
Right.
So you're really being loyal to your speech pathology background.
Yeah, well, it's interesting too, because in the speech pathology background, we all talk about prelinguistic, and I could have probably identified all of the prelinguistic stages, but we don't talk about affect.
Right.
And so that's something I think that's really missing in the speech pathology training.
Well, I think it's missing in the general theory of language development.
Yep.
I think what we've been saying and trying to persuade our colleagues is that affect is the kind of orchestra leader for language and other cognitive processes, and that the affect is a vital part of these processes, but it's been overlooked just in the basic understanding of how the mind grows and develops, the role of affect, other than in social and emotional development. It's been overlooked, and we've been trying to show how and why affect is so critical. Because I think what happens when a child regresses, what gets lost that leads to the loss of language and loss of purposeful behavior and more self-absorption is that somehow the connection between affect and motor planning and symbol formation as a processing deficit somehow gets interfered with.
Yeah.
So we have a processing deficit for some unknown biological reason, which is ever causing the regression. But I think the symptoms are secondary to breaking the affect connection.
Right.
So we formulated a hypothesis called the affect diathesis hypothesis, which is that the affect propels in normal development these things along to give language meaning and give behavior purpose. And then if this link somehow gets interfered with for some biological reason, we then get a variety of symptoms, from perseveration to self-absorption to loss of language.
I see. Okay.
And so we're reconnecting it up.
Yeah.
And that's why we have to work on the wah.
Right. Well, just to kind of, that makes so much sense to me, because his passion right now are the ceremonial guards, the guys with the busby, the big hats. And I would have said a month ago that he wasn't capable of having a conversation. One of the sentries was walking around the Governor General's estate and said, "Hi, what's your name?" "I'm Grayson." And, "Oh, well, do you know who I am?" "You soldier." And he had this conversation that went back and forth. I was blown away. And that would make total sense, that affect, his passion were these soldiers. And he was able to connect it up and put it together.
Well, just think of it this way. The decision of what to say has to come from somewhere.
Right.
And that comes from inside, comes from your desires, your intents, your affects, tell you what to say.
Yeah.
And he had something to say.
Yeah, makes complete sense.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Well, Grayson was a delightful little guy who had a lot of strengths.
He certainly was.
How would you see his profile in terms of his functional developmental levels?
Well, I think what we saw is a child who can be wonderfully engaged. The warmth, the spontaneity, his ability to respond to the affect cues. He was not only able to read them well, and Mom was so good at using her voice and her tone and her gestures, to stay connected and to pull him in. But he himself was very expressive, had beautiful facial features when he was on. So I thought overall his capacity for the shared attention and the engagement was very, very strong, with still some tendency to shift out and get a little out of it, but readily pulled in if we kept that the focus of keeping him engaged in that more continuous flow. And he had wonderful range of affect available to do that with. So those were very strong strengths in terms of providing a foundation for more problem solving, for more complex interactions. And he was quite creative. He's a little boy who can assert himself. He knew what he wanted, but he no longer needed to just withdraw or pull away. You could see the pleasure he had in the negotiations, in the battle. And he very much has to be the player. So I also see him as a little boy moving in, following the complex gestures into nice symbolic play. And I think he's going to have to be the player much more. That's where he knows what to do, he knows what he wants, he knows how to express it. And the language really moves in when it's driven by his affect. And where I thought he had some challenge was more in the elaboration, in the sequencing of the ideas. He's a really good starter-upper, and that's very good because if we just keep him engaged, there'll always be something else to go with. I don't think we'll have those long pauses, and Mom was so good at moving in on that with some support. But I think the elaboration of the ideas, the sequencing of ideas, the knowing where to go next, which relates more to some of the motor planning, is going to be where we will need more focus, more support at this point. Yet he has all those first 5 levels, open and operational and functional and really moving along.
Yeah, he can share some attention. He can be very warmly engaged. He can be purposeful in gesture. He can problem solve and sequence many gestures in a row and get into some degree of continuous flow of affect gesturing. And he can elaborate ideas imaginatively and even do some bridge building between ideas to get at the 6th stage where he's answering some W questions like where is it going over there. So he's got some capacities at all 6 stages, and he's got one common constriction, really, that cuts across all the stages, as you were pointing out.
Right.
He still, in a subtle way, goes in and out. In other words, he's engaged, doing the things at all 6 stages, but then self-absorbs a little bit. And the missing piece for him is that continuous flow of the micro-affect gesturing, where he loses contact with us, his eyes will gloss over a little bit, and he gets into his own world, but then he's readily pulled back in.
Right.
And then what we worked on was to help him be there all the time. So we expect now for the next level for him, for the next few months, is to go from in, out, in, out, in, out, to being in all the time, even if he's being quiet, or even if he's getting his little feet kissed or his little piggies rubbed. Whatever the mood is, we want the gleam in his eye. And so what I think the emphasis for him needs to be, go for the gleam in his eye, go for that continuing presence of the engagement and the affect. And for children like Grayson, it can be easy to miss this because as they make progress and as they become more engaged, it's easy to focus just on the verbal and symbolic parts and not connecting the importance of the continuous engagement to the emerging symbolic. And I agree with you that at the symbolic level, by combining the whole body, using himself as an action figure, well, that keeps him more engaged, so it's easier for him, and he's an active child who likes physical activity, so it's wonderful for him to be the pretend figure and for the other folks to be the pretend figure. So costumes and outfits and running around and sword fights and fighting alligators, this is all great stuff to get the imagination going, and not to mention motor skills and other cognitive skills. What did you think about his processing profile?
Well, here too, I think we see a little boy who's made a lot of progress on all the processing fronts. Auditory processing, I think, is still the issue for him, that particularly perhaps around the retrieval. His comprehension looks very good, but his ability to not just say over there, but to tell us where was hard. So I think he still needs support working on some of the auditory processing areas so that he could find the words he needs. Because you can clearly see that he had the idea but couldn't fully
Hard for him
express
to
it.
Oh, you mean to well, do you
Both
feel it's more in the comprehension when you ask him a W question, for example? Do you think it's in the comprehension or the word retrieval?
Well, I think it's both. But in his case, I thought that the word retrieval was more of an issue. I thought the comprehension was very supported by the affect cues, by the visual support, the objects that were around. But I think he has needs in both areas, and that will also help the elaboration. And you could see when he was alert and tuned in, he really looked around. He really was trying to figure out what things were, and he was able to use the environment that way. And when it got a little too much, that's when we saw him move out a little bit. So I think we would want to work in that area. I thought he had relatively very strong visual spatial skills. I thought it was really nice something dropped, even pretending that it dropped and it was out of sight. Really showed how nicely he thinks. And he had very good strategies of getting things the more complex way. He didn't just fall over the couch. He walked around, he looked, he checked where things were.
When it dropped there, he figured out he had to go around the couch to find it.
So I thought that was a very good indication of his visual spatial strengths. And those were very strong. There were some more subtle issues, I thought, in the visual spatial processing in terms of discriminating things around him in more detail. But he had the big picture.
Right.
And
so he's more of a forest thinker, but the trees
exactly.
He
didn't always see the trees around him. Right. He didn't always find the solutions quickly enough. Things had to really be brought to him. And he's such a determined little boy that you could see he persisted even when he saw something didn't work, like trying to get that flag out. Right. So his mind overrides his perception in terms of his desire. So there'll be some areas there, I think, that can move along. I thought there were some motor planning issues. Again, he's a child where if he can do the action and get the kind of practice we were just talking about, that will be the best way to enhance that area. But then he will need some extra support, implementing it in terms of the organization and the actual movement. Because he has interest in toys and in manipulation, I think he'll be able to.
Yeah, he's kind of a mid-range in motor planning.
Right, get in there.
He's not a child who can only do 1 or 2 step actions and then moves it. He can do 5 or 6 step independent actions, but then he will need some more challenge, because then he that's the point at which I think he self-absorbs a little bit. He kind of runs out of his action plan, and then he goes into a more self-absorbed plan. So he's kind of mid-range with his motor planning.
Yeah, he's always going to have to learn how to use tools a little better, because he expects to use his hands, but if they don't work, he retreats and he gives up, or he just persists with the same pattern rather than thinking, what else can I do? How else can I check this out? So I think that kind of work will help him expand even further, and will also then help him use toys more effectively in terms of having dramas where he can't do all the action.
Exactly. I think a useful way to think about the motor planning, because that's a hard one to observe clinically, is that there are some children who are just at the beginning of learning the motor planning, where they do 1 or 2 step action sequences, may bang, may take a car and move it in and out, or even put it in a garage, but only really 1 step or most 2 steps. And then there's a middle group. That's because of beginning. Then there's a mid-level where children are doing, 4 to 6 or 7 action sequences in a row. They can take the sword, drop it, go search for it, bring it back again, and start a dual fight. And they can do a lot of independent actions, but can't sustain it in a continuous way. And then there's the group of children who have really gotten into the advanced stages of motor planning, where they can continually motor plan depending on the challenges in their environment, and it's part of a continuous flow of problem solving.
Right. Well, I think with a little bit more mediation, he will be able to stick with things and really try more effective solutions and movement and manipulation, which I think will help a lot. And he's verbally able to follow directions very clearly, and it was very clear when he wanted to listen and when he didn't. So I think that will move along nicely. I think on some of the reactivity, we also saw a mixed pattern. And it was nice to see when he wanted to energize and when he wanted to get the affect up, he was running and jumping and moving and climbing. And that was the most fun for him. He never really went very far, and he always looked to check back. And are you chasing me? And are you going to come and get me? And are you going to tickle me? And I thought there were some wonderful patterns of interaction around the way he tried to meet his own sensory needs. And that stayed within a very interactive mode. And it didn't have to just go bouncing or jumping. There was like a nice story to it, where Mom was so able to make that a very rich exchange. But when he moved out, you saw him get more underreactive, that self-absorption. I don't know if his tone is a little low, but you just saw him pull back. And for the most part, I thought he was very well modulated and could quickly recover and re-regulate, and could do that with other interests, could do it with verbal exchanges, and could do it mostly, through the affect interactions. So that was very strong.
Yeah, so now what would you see as the main issues in the intervention for him?
Well, I would see them, again, continuing very much along a spontaneous interactive approach. He is doing very well. I think that's where he needs the most practice. That's where he'll expand the symbolic. That's where we can get him to think at the most abstract levels. I think this is a child where you don't have to ask a lot of questions you know the answer to already. You can ask him new questions, and as the auditory processing improves, he will be able to advance in that more cognitive way just through the floor-time play. That, I think, will be the main thing. I'd like to see some semi-structured work for him, because I see that both useful in facilitating some of the processing and motor planning issues, and also as a way of facilitating more social interactions.
What would you like to, how would you like to emphasize, what would be the way you would emphasize the semi-structured work? How would you want to organize
Well, I think in his case I would want to see him playing a lot of games that require some regulation, like Red Rover, like where you have to run fast or slow, or red light, green light. I would bring the games that all children play kind of in the schoolyard, play at home with his sister or with play dates, and practice the kinds of things where he would then kind of know what's going on out there and can move from the level of just chase to a more organized game where he would have to follow sequences. But they're still fun and they're active, and the kids are in charge of them.
And also regulate
and
motor activity. We
exactly.
have to go slow, super slow,
Exactly.
super slow, very fast,
Right.
talk loud, soft, super soft,
Right.
these kind of modulation games that we talk
Exactly.
about.
So Red Rover's a perfect game for them. Musical chairs is a great game for that. Duck, Duck, Goose, or Follow the Leader. These are all, Indian Chief. These are all nice ways that can both help on the regulation and bridge to the social, and have a bunch of schema available that he can then use to play. I do think he'll also be able to play symbolically with other children, but that would take a little initial mediation, with someone else facilitating the story part of it. So I think that would be good. Certainly to improve the other processing, he's a child who should continue with some of the therapies. Really, he's ready to move into much more social interactions now in terms of the number of play dates as often as possible.
At least one of the things that gets ignored by many families is the amount of play dates, because they're hard to arrange. But for a child who's moving out, as he is, becoming more symbolic, who's very engaged, at least 4 play dates a week is absolute minimum. 5 or 6 is even better. And that's hard, but if a child doesn't learn to do what they can do with mommy and daddy, with peers, then it's a hard hill to climb later on, a year or two later, when they're in a school program or when they want to be close to peers but don't have the moves. And peers is, again, in the gesturing, in the reading of social cues, and that's learned right at this stage. Just as a child is becoming more symbolic, as a gestural system is getting established, they've got to get used to gesturing to peers, reading the cues. When an 8-year-old can't figure out what other kids mean or what their intents are, or how to negotiate complex situations in the playgrounds because they're not reading the nonverbal signals, but this is the age at which we want to give them the practice. So it may involve parents being involved in facilitating, but this is a point that needs underlining and emphasis.
Yeah, and actually, since we also want them to get a lot more sensory motor activity, that could also be bridged to peer play. I mean, how do you know who's going to get the ball? Who are you going to throw it to? It's reading those cues, because for him, batting balloons or playing ball or doing some of the climbing and balance activities, he can do with other children. And that's often an easier way to get it started at these earlier stages where the children are just having fun. And we still build in the sensory motor practice that will then support the later visual, spatial, and graphomotor and other kind of organizational skills we'll need for school. But the mediation is important. I think that the principle, if the children are interacting, then you can let them go. But if they're not, get in there and play with them. Be a player, help out, you know, do some mediation, orchestrate just a little bit in more subtle ways. Doesn't have to be with rules, just so that we keep him in and use the affect cueing. And some children are very good at doing it for each other. So it's finding those kind of kids that will help a lot.
You know, I agree with you. I think on the intervention program, the floor time component, as you were saying, needs to really focus on the WA, the, you know, the WAA, the words, affect, action, so that he becomes a child who has that gleam in his eye and is fully engaged all the time. Again, I know I've mentioned this before, but it's worth emphasizing because it's so easy to, in a sense, let a child off one little step before they really master the continuous flow of affect cueing. And he illustrates it so well because he's doing so nicely with his language and he can be engaged so well some of the time that it'd be easy to take our eye off of that next level of expectation, that we want that full affect cueing to 100%.
Yeah.
And when I see older children who've done very well in school, who are being mainstreamed, who are doing well academically, that's often the common missing piece, is that they're not quite 100% there yet. And that's often assumed, well, that's part of the disorder.
Right.
But what I find is it can be worked with and improved significantly. And so, yes, it is part of the challenge and the problem, but it's a very flexible part of the problem that can be mastered to a much greater degree than we do because we don't have that extra expectation. And he illustrates this so well because he's doing so well. And his mommy is so talented in playing with him. And it's so easy to not try to get that next level, but it's also easy to get that next level.
And it's especially important to help this child expand the range of emotions because we still see him, you know, very comfortable with certain kinds of thematic play, and certain kinds of feelings. But you could see he's very tempted. He wanted to go get that snake. He's beginning to really open the door to a much wider range of dealing with the negative affects. And if that isn't solid, it's so much harder to go on to the more difficult feelings, like the anger and the aggression and the competition and the jealousy and the rivalry, which are very frightening, which will often tend to make children very, very anxious when they don't have that first piece solidly in place. Because that's where they have to again learn, are they in danger or aren't they? Are they safe or aren't they? Is there a reason?
Yeah, and some children, what's interesting about that, because he's at that stage ready to expand his emotions and being able, he's also getting very close to being able to label feelings. What's often not realized that you're highlighting is very, very important, is that for some children, when they don't get comfortable with the full range of feelings and they don't have enough constant engagement for that security that helps them become comfortable with feelings, they will turn the feelings of vulnerability or loss or aggression into extra activity. So they'll become impulsive because they're actually anxious about aggression. So it looks like they're comfortable with aggression because they're sword fighting, but they don't modulate well, and they overflow too much because it's making them a little anxious, but they, instead of retreating when they get anxious, they, if they're a sensory craving child, they'll overflow a little bit and get more impulsive. So the feelings of loss and vulnerability, being able to be sad, being able to talk about, eventually when you're older, about disappointment and sad feelings, and also being able to flex your muscles, and I'm mad. And he was, when he couldn't get his bell, he said, I want, he was mad, and he was able to verbalize that, which is very nice, and eventually we want him to be able to verbalize when he feels sad or when he feels scared also. And that's a little bit in the future for him, but that's well within his grasp and reach, which also gets at the issue of empathy, understanding other people's feelings. Again, this will come in the future for him. And but as you get into this rapid back and forth cueing of affects and you're with it and you have that gleam in your eye, you not only tuned in yourself, you're recognizing other people's emotions more, first just through gestures, and then eventually that helps you talk about how mommy is feeling or daddy is feeling. And he's not there yet, but within a year or so he'll be able to talk about how someone else feels. Mommy, you're sad, or Mommy, you're mad.
Well, we saw some nice beginnings of that, because when Mom sounded sad or when Mom sounded disappointed, he quickly wanted to restore her
Exactly.
to, you know, that better feeling, and that would be the first step.
Exactly.
towards being able to expand that emotional range.
Right. Yeah. So this is a child who has a nice focus for the floor time in terms of the opening him up, more feelings, continuous flow of feelings and affects, and then in the semi-structured work on modulation, work on a lot of social skills, work on some, we can also work on the semi-structured work on his W's, getting him to the, be more consistent on answering questions and responding to challenges from us, including eventually Y-level questions. And then in the motor and sensory and spatial play, he's a natural because he's already pretty strong in a lot of those areas. So doing the sensory integration work, the looking, doing games,
Right.
a lot of perceptual motor games, and doing the search games and the treasure hunt games, they'll all be great for him. So he should continue to make nice progress.
Yeah, as you said, he's on a good trajectory.